Hi, I'm Christy Conway with Charleston Home and Design Magazine, and I'm here at this amazing home in Old Village, Mount Pleasant, with Sonya Buckhannon of Buckhannon Brothers Tile. So, Sonya, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Thank you so much for meeting with us and showing us this beautiful house. It's amazing. So, tell me exactly what was your involvement? How many rooms did you take part in transforming?
There was 4 bathrooms and a kitchen backsplash and a laundry room.
That's pretty extensive. How long was the project? How long did you have to involve yourself in this project?
This was a total project with the builder. Was an 18-month project. We were here probably about a month and a half, all said and done.
And you actually had to come back, is that right?
Yes. The kitchen cabinets were actually came from England and were held up in customs for a while. So that the kitchen was the last part of the install. So after the cabinets were installed, we came back and finished up the kitchen backsplash.
What would you say is your favorite room of the house?
I would have to say her master bath.
That is pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's so feminine. It's just a beautiful coastal color right here on the marsh. It fits the venue.
Definitely. So what kind of tiles did you use in that house?
In most of all the rooms, it's all natural stone and glass tiles. It's kind of a mixture in some of them, and so like in her master bath, it's all glass. In his, it's all natural stone, and then in the other rooms, it's natural stone or glass mixture.
Okay, so I was only in there briefly, but I noticed that there was actually glass tile on the floor, which I had never seen before. Is that common, or is that an up-and-coming kind of trend?
Glass tiles have really come a long way. We're seeing more and more use of them. A lot of people think they're kind of trendy, but I think this is a great application to show that it can be very traditional. The glass tile on the floor, not all glass tiles rated for the floor. You have to have some matte issues, or I have some companies that have textures or different things that they add to the glass to make it non-slip. But we're doing a little bit more and more, and even inlays with the glass on the floor with other tiles.
So she used glass, and it was both on the floor and on the walls, actually. Okay, correct. But in smaller forms, I noticed. Okay.
The floor tile was 12 by 12s, and on the walls they were 4 by 4s with 3/4 inch inlays in the walls.
Those were almost an iridescent color. Is there a name for the look of them?
That's basically it's a gloss finish with the iridescent on it. It was from a Hirsch glass company, and that's pretty much all they do is glass. So they started in a little bit with the stones, but mainly it's a glass company, and they offer such a beautiful product.
They definitely do. Although that was the master bath for her. What I found interesting is that actually they have one for him as well. And that was all natural stone. Was that his choice? More masculine taste?
I would have to agree with that. I think so. That's kind of his trend. They like those dark, warm colors all throughout the house. You can tell. And they're both offered They have a heated floor system underneath them, so that the stones or the glass are not cold when you walk in. Even the shower floor in his is heated also.
That's nice. So. The cold Charleston days. Yeah. So, what I found interesting, which I know that, you didn't do the glass work for the shower, but there was actually a door in front of the window to block any kind of onlookers for the shower. But what I found interesting was that glass door fit in so well with your tile behind it. It was like it framed the window so well. That was unique. Did you guys come up with that, or how was that executed?
Yeah, with the windows being in the shower, that's always kind of a predicament of what it used to be they would put in the glass blocks, which kind of are not
dated. Yeah.
So, and then you always run into the issue of the window being damaged from water or whatever. So they had decided they'd come up with this idea to put the glass door just to protect the window, but still get the natural light in. And then we helped design that. We thought we dropped down the inlays around, so it actually did create kind of a picture frame. So it worked out.
I did really like that. Yeah. It's masculine, but I still enjoyed it. So tell me a little bit about the other bathrooms, because they were unique as well.
Yeah. The other guest bath is a 4x4 iridescent brown glass shower with a natural stone on the floor of a Jerusalem gold tumbled, which was used throughout the house in the laundry room.
That was a limestone, right?
That's a limestone, yes, I'm sorry. And then in the other tub bath, they chose to do a mosaic, just a 1x1 stone and glass, which I think which was unique about that, instead of just doing plain, we actually inserted chair rails and pencils to add dimension to it and give it a little bit of interest, which I think turned out very well.
Yeah, I never would have thought of chair rails in a shower. And you actually, I think at one point said they were inverted chair rails, upside down, right? Yeah. And that was just so unique to me. Is that done a lot around here?
I think the homeowner is a designer, and she helped design the layout of this, and then kind of with Ryan would put his 2 cents in about what he thought would work well. But yeah, it created almost like a frame so each piece, as you can tell in the home, it's a very
eclectic.
Yeah, they have lots of interesting textures and materials that they've used, and I think even within the tile, they helped bring in different textures and to help make it stand out. So.
Well, speaking of that, I mean, I think the kitchen is a good example. Very unique tile used in there. Actually, what kind of tile was it?
That was a 3x6 polished honey onyx, and just set on a subway style in the main area of the backsplash, and then above the stove. The back wall was the tumbled biblical pattern with a pencil frame around the pot filler and all that, and then we did an inlay on the sides of the honey onyx to tie in the remainder of the backsplash. It turned out beautiful.
You said biblical design, is that right? What does that mean?
It's a stone it's a blend, and it's the biblical stones from Israel is where it all comes from. So,
oh, that's impressive. And then you said some other technical words in there. You said there was a pencil frame, is that right?
Yeah.
What exactly is that?
Around a lot of times, usually if people have a stove area that we can actually do an inlay it was beautiful. You'll see that a lot in magazines. You can do a design. It almost becomes artwork on the wall. And adding a pencil or a chair rail just kind of helps define that area and adds an extra eye appeal to it.
So it's a framing technique, you'd think? Okay. All right. So you'd mentioned that you'd done glass and natural stone in this house, but is that all that you sell? Do you sell other types of tile?
The tile industry has really changed a lot. It used to be just stone or ceramic tiles, and now there's porcelains that look like stone, that look like fabric, that look like painted walls. It's just concrete. And then you have leather tile, stainless steel. It's almost endless. And tile has become more of a. It used to be kind of utilitarian. You just put it on the floor and put it on your shower walls and be done with it. And now it's almost like wallpaper. It can create such a look, and it's so easy to maintain that you don't have to do anything to it as far as glass and the ceramics and porcelains. It's there forever. It can't get damaged usually. I have some great ones installed on the floor, a beautiful mosaic on the floor in our showroom that looks just like wallpaper. So it's come a long way.
Yeah, definitely. So you'd say that people could come into your showroom and maybe get a taste for what something would look like. You've got vignettes there?
We don't have vignettes installed yet, but we have our floor is completely covered. All of them are in what we call rugs, design mosaics. So I have all concept boards, and so there's a lot to see. It's about 2,000 square feet.
Oh wow, that's impressive. Now, how long have you had a showroom?
We've been installers for 15 years, and we opened about 4.5 years ago. And about 1.5 years ago, we decided to move to a little bit bigger location, and so we've been.
You're remodeling, right?
And we just finished our remodel, so.
Congratulations! I'm sure that's overwhelming.
It's a very long process.
So you actually own this company with your husband?
Yes, correct. Right. Yes.
How did the idea to start the company happen?
Well, my husband's actually a chiropractor.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know that.
He was here from Chicago in 97, 96 when we decided that we were going to be down here. His brothers had moved here, and they'd already started doing construction work and had tile going. And so while he was trying to look for a location for a practice, he started working in tile and just totally fell in love.
And that's where the brothers comes from in the name. Okay.
Now we have 3 boys ourselves, and this is now going to be their company. when we retire. So
That's great. Yeah. Okay. Well, is there anything else about the house that we just toured that you'd like to speak on?
I don't think so. It's just a very unique house. It was a historical home. The Hunley crew actually stayed in the home, so it brings back a lot of interest.
It is a remodel, right?
This is actually a remodel. They actually picked up the house, moved it, and elevated it, and then added the addition. So it turned out, you can't even tell, and it fits the neighborhood. I love when homes are remodeled or built that actually fit the neighborhood they're in. It just makes it all come together, I think, as a neighborhood.
Yeah, it seems very cohesive. When you drive up, you'd never know. Yeah.
Never know that it was a remodel.
Oh, exactly. Or that the Hunley brothers stayed here.
Yeah, right. Hunley group. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you so much for meeting with me. But before we go, I was wondering if someone were to want to check out your showroom, do they need an appointment?
Not at all. No appointment required. We're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and on Saturdays 10 to 2. You can come in and enjoy looking around, or if you feel more comfortable making an appointment, we can do that too. We have a website, BuchannonBrothers.com, and we also have tons of ideas and photos on Facebook, Buchanan Brothers Tile.
Wonderful. And what's your phone number?
Our phone number is 843-881-8911.
Lots of eights. Okay, well, thank you so much for meeting with me.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.